Welcome to the Champagne Way,
a podcast devoted to living every day like a celebration. Welcome to episode 22 of the Champagne Way.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Jess, what is in our cups this week?
We are drinking Casa Dora, which is a Cave Brut. And according to the bottle, it has rounded with pleasant aromas of green apples, peaches and figs, the creamy flavors of citrus, apples, and toasted almonds. And there it is. I'm not really sure about creamy flavors of citrus, apples, and toasted almonds. Creamy flavors. That's strange.
That's a strange way to describe like anything you're going to drink.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's not like coffee.
No, I'm not real sure about their marketing department there, but I think it tastes real nice.
Yeah, actually, I do get the apple flavor. As soon as you mentioned that, I was like, okay, I get that. It's a little green apple-y.
Yes, and it was in the liquor store, and it was a bottle that we had not yet tried, and so I grabbed it because it was cold and it was there.
It's kind of festive with this nice yellow label on it. I don't know. It tastes pretty good. I actually say it's one that you probably could drink a lot of really easily.
So it could be dangerous.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth.
So there we are. Casa Dora.
Well, so who are we giving a shout out to this week?
Well, Trina, I think actually we're shouting out to us.
Yeah, that's right. Now, why are we shouting out to us?
Well, friends and listeners and everyone, in case you didn't know, the Nashville Scene, which is a local publication that has been around for quite a while, very popular, they actually do a best of annual issue every year that basically covers everything, the best restaurants, the best bookstores, the best everything. And they have a section that's the best media and politics. And guess what? They have a best podcast section. And yes, we had lots of people vote for us.
And what place did we get?
We got second.
Woohoo! And we're actually really, really excited about this. This isn't sarcasm at all.
No, it's not.
Like, for a podcast that's relatively new, only around 9 months, I think we're pretty stoked that we were considered at all.
Yeah.
And to get number 2, and also we found out number 1 was like a crime podcast, and we know how much everyone loves their crime podcast.
I mean, I listen to lots of true crime, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we're pretty happy, but next year we're coming for you.
Yeah. We totally are. So we actually found out that we got second place. Trina got an email from the Nashville Scene inviting us to this big party that they had. And they were like, hey, come. And so we did. And we walked in. It was actually at the War Memorial Auditorium, which is so it was kind of inside, outside.
It was kind of swanky. They said cocktail attire was not required, requested.
Yes.
And it was nice. A lot of people dressed up for it. It was a very popular event. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of the winners from this year, especially in the food and drink categories, set up different tables around this outside courtyard and then the auditorium inside. And so I think all of us at some point in time said this is like a flashback to Disney Food and Wine Festival, because it was samplings of all different types of food, samplings of all different types of drinks. It was awesome.
It really was. And so the party was literally the night before the newest issue dropped. That was listed the best of everything. And they do the top 3. So the winner and then the 2 runners up. And so we walked in, showed our email ticket on our phone, and they had an issue of just sitting on the table. And we're like, there's no one around. And we're like, well, I guess we should go look and find our category and see how we did. And so we immediately flipped and saw that we got second. And we're like, that's amazing. And so we went in and, like Trina said, ate all this delicious food and everything.
It was a great celebration.
It really was.
Perfect celebration for us. Food, drink. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on now.
There was no champagne, which I think was something they certainly overlooked there.
Yeah, they need to do that for next year, clearly.
For sure.
For sure.
But yeah, it was amazing. So thank you, everyone, seriously, who voted for us and who supported us and who continues to support us and listens.
Yes, we love you all. So we've also had a couple of other amazing events we've gotten to take part in recently.
Yeah.
I still think it's really kind of fun because we keep ending up on these lists. I think some of our fans and listeners keep adding us to different mailing lists of any event that might have anything to do with champagne, and we love you for that. Actually, we've gotten to go to a lot of really great events recently. Most recently, we went to the Happy Campers Nashville event.
Trina, you and Lindsey and our lovely producer Marshall, you guys got to go to that. I unfortunately couldn't make it, so tell me all about this.
So this caught our eye because they were getting ready to do a launch party for their new champagne truck.
What?
Yes, you heard me right, guys. This is like a beautiful 1964 Ford pickup truck that they've altered the entire back to be this pop open bar that had multiple taps. I want to say it had 6 taps on it, where they actually had Prosecco, they had a rosé, they had a cocktail on there. It was heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. I'm at a loss for words because just even thinking about it makes me dream I was back there. It was such a cool event. I really wish you could have been there, Jess. It was so cool.
Yeah, I saw pictures. I was real jealous. And so you can go and hire the Happy Campers for events and stuff, right?
Yes, they create these amazing experiences. They had on the property where they were doing this, they actually had these very unique tents. It's kind of like a cross between a tent and a yurt, kind of. And then they had all these really neat rugs out on the ground and these really shortened tables that the dad, who's partnered with his daughters on this company, he had built these tables custom. And they'd set out all of these really cool pillows that you could sit on the ground with all of these different layered rugs. And they do these little pop-up events where you can do an outdoor picnic with friends for a Friendsgiving, or having a special occasion where you want to do something that's just a little bit different than your average backyard barbecue, or it just was so cool. So they had all these tents set up. They had the mobile champagne truck out there. They had an Airstream out there that they're getting ready to renovate into a mobile beauty bar.
What?
Yeah, I can't wait for them to unveil that. It's just such a unique idea. They're onto something right there. And they were the greatest people, the greatest family to meet and talk to. So I can't wait to see what they do here in the future, and I can't wait to be a part of any more events that they put together.
Yeah, I'm going to have to plan something just to go try out that champagne truck.
I know. We joked about it with them whenever we hit our 1-year anniversary for the podcast after the new year. I think we're going to have to invite them out for that big celebration.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because everyone should experience this amazing, beautiful, beautiful, what dreams are made of bar.
I'm down.
Also, did you know that you could put champagne on tap?
No.
That fascinated me. I almost skipped over that, but that fascinated me so much while we were there. That's a thing. They were talking to us about how there are different champagne companies that they were trying to find in other states even that actually serve it on tap out of kegs. You can get a champagne keg. I begged the man, if he can figure out how to make a champagne kegerator for me, I will buy it.
Oh.
I will definitely buy it.
Well, Jess, it's also sign her up on that list.
I'm there's a business move right there.
And also, there's a cocktail on tap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were able to do a cocktail on tap, a rosé on top, basically anything that they can, I guess, have carbonated to some degree. I mean, it was fascinating.
Genius.
Absolute genius.
Love.
So we also went to another launch party this weekend. It was all about the launch parties this last week.
I love it.
You want to tell us a little bit more about the Twisted Cork one we went to?
So we went to this launch party. Jasmine, she is starting a business where she brings wine tastings and champagne tastings to your house.
Ooh.
Or whatever event space you are at.
I think we might need to have one of those.
Right? That is what I'm saying.
That might need to be our Champagne Way holiday party with the fans. Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. And exactly. So it's holiday parties or just get-togethers, bachelorette parties. So she's basically your sommelier in-house.
That's pretty amazing. And that's a great way to kind of like normalize it for everybody so that you don't feel, at bars and stuff, it can be a little pretentious at times, or the fancy wineries doing all the taste testing. You kind of feel like a little intimidated to actually state your opinion. So I love the concept that she has, where she's trying to make it where you can learn a little bit in a more fun environment that you're comfortable in with your friends.
Right.
It's cool. And she even doesn't she do a little catering with it?
She does. She can add on a cheese board.
Ooh.
Right. So when
do a little pairing.
Yeah, exactly. So when I heard that, I was like, sign me up.
That sounds like such a good idea. We've met some really amazing entrepreneurs like these last week or two. It's been so much fun getting to know them, learning more about their businesses, and kind of being like partners with them on like helping promote.
Oh yeah. And this party was so fun. It was in an amazing like event space. And it was just really fun. And to hear Jasmine, like you said, just talk about her business. She was like total boss babe up there.
Yeah, total boss babe. And I love the fact that she was like so willing to share the spotlight, even at her own launch party. She was talking about how she incorporated all of these friends of hers who also have these amazing businesses. There was the popcorn there. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to blog about it later. I'm trying to remember the company name, but like they had the best flavored popcorns I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, it was like real seasonings, like on that popcorn, like fresh herbs.
Yes, it was so good. We'll have to find that out and definitely blog about it. And then they even had these people out there that were making wine bags for everybody, and you could get her logo on it. It was so cool. We even have an extra one that I think we're going to be doing a giveaway of. Look forward to that around the holidays.
Yes.
But it was just such a neat concept, and I loved that she incorporated so many different people, so many different companies. We definitely take some notes from her for whenever we have our big 1-year anniversary party.
For sure.
So I don't know if everyone's noticed this yet, but we are obviously down one very forkin' usually lively host tonight.
Yes.
Where is our Lindsey?
Well, Lindsey is sick.
Sick? Is she really? Come on now. We had a good time last night. We drank some drinks. We had some food.
I mean, Lindsey.
Convenient excuse.
Right. All the celebrating we've been doing lately.
I mean, we talked about champagne trucks and twisted corks. I mean, yeah. Is she really sick?
I don't know. But yeah, I think she really is. She's sick.
She did actually. She texted us today and said she was sick, and that actually she can't talk right now, which has got to be a struggle for her.
Yes.
Like, she talks for a living.
Really?
So, really, even in her hobbies and in her real job. So, poor Lindsey. We're thinking of her as she is not able to be with us tonight, and now we're gonna
let her speak in a different way.
Yes.
Tonight.
Yes.
Right, Trina?
She's still gonna be a part of the show.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So how is she gonna be a part of the show?
Well, she emailed us a blog that she wrote, and it's real interesting. Real interesting.
Do you remember the title of it?
I can't quite off the top of my head. Will you read it to me?
It was called Lindsey versus the Zombie Apocalypse.
Okay, there you go.
Now, guys, you all know we have a champagne-themed podcast, which means we often have champagne-themed blogs that go along with our episodes.
I mean, I write about mimosa bread, or Lindsey, she's written one about her bow obsession. So she went from bows to zombies.
Yeah, like zombie apocalypse. So we know she's been a little bit,
under the weather.
And we think this might have been a little drug-induced from some cough syrup. But it got her thinking about Her versus the zombie apocalypse. And tis the season.
Tis the season.
Tis the season, since it is October. We've decided to share it with you.
We have.
So I'm going to do my best to put on a little Lindsey twang to my voice.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to read this like I imagine she was thinking about this as she was writing this. So, okay. So, I'm only probably admitting this because I am feeling under the weather and I took some sinus medicine and took the medicine for life, champagne. But pre-baby, I thought about the zombie apocalypse a lot. Maybe it was my infatuation with The Walking Dead. Maybe it was my morbid curiosity of death and what happened after, or maybe I am just crazy.
Okay. I didn't know that Lindsay was that morbidly curious about death.
I didn't either. Also, I'm gonna stop trying to talk like her. I can't do that. It's ridiculous. I can't get that much twang into my voice if I tried.
No, you don't know.
No. But I did know she was a huge fan of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
But I knew a little bit about her curiosity with zombies because, as we've mentioned previously on this podcast, like we went and did like a zombie experience where we actually got to shoot zombies, not once, but twice.
Oh, yeah. I did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's get back into this blog.
Okay.
So before I had Rory, the thought of running from rotting flesh parasites was normal. I mean, was my mortality even an issue? I think I drunkenly told an Uber driver that I was hoping the zombie apocalypse would arrive any day. I blame this fixation on my fitness aspirations. You see, several years ago, I was looking for a new fitness regimen that could actually bring me back in the door for more than a week. Luckily for me, my sorority sister, Nicole, started a new fitness business that involved pole dancing. So we've jumped now from zombies to pole dancing. I'm curious to see where she's going to go with this because I don't know.
Do zombies still have is she going to pole dance for the zombies?
I don't know. Do you think like they don't have libidos or anything? I don't know. Raging hormones? I mean, they're zombies.
I could see this being a movie.
Do zombies mate? I don't know. These are whole other questions.
Are we going in a really weird place right
It's
now?
really, really odd now.
Okay.
All right, so let's get back to this.
Yeah.
Which she addresses. You may be wondering what the zombie apocalypse and pole dancing classes have to do with each other. Everything.
Okay.
These are her words. Everything. So she was right. We were wondering at this point. All right. So in case you have never taken pole dance classes, which is a travesty if you haven't, the first thing you learn how to do is climb a pole. Yes, this is akin to climbing a pole in 8th grade gym class, something I still cannot do.
Wait.
Interjecting, who can really? Come on now.
No, I can't. Also, you don't like do any other like stretches or like practices. You just go right up that pole.
Apparently. All right. But it is a necessity for pole aspirational dreams, or at least moving on to the next move. Yes, some people would learn to climb and dream of hoping of doing a new spin or a dramatic drop. But the only thing I could think about was where would I use this in real life? Hence the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, okay. I have to pause again. So, did she like go into the pole business, like the business, to Nicole, our sorority sister, and was she like, "Hi, I want to sign up for these classes just in case the zombie apocalypse happens in the near future, and I need to use these skills"?
No, I think it was more along the lines of she signed up for that thinking it'd be fun, like more fun than just going to the gym. And that it would like get her back in the gym or get her back into a fitness routine. And then like while trying to climb the pole and struggling, I think she realized like, where else would I use this and in what scenario? And that's where the zombies came in.
And that probably tried to give her some motivation.
Although it is interesting though that her mind went immediately from like, I need to climb a pole to zombies are trying to eat me.
Okay.
I don't know. It's very odd. All right. So on with the blog. Here's how I envision it. Oh, this ought to be good. The world is aghast and half are dead. The zombie disaster came out of nowhere. Most of the world is gone. The other half have either learned how to survive or have been in a coma for a few months and awoke to find the world in dismay. Walking Dead reference for sure, okay. Right there. At some point, I find myself in a predicament and I'm running from the undead. Where do I go? Where do I hide? I see a pole, a stainless steel, non-rusted pole. It can't be too thick. That's what she said. Also, I have to have... Sorry, I can't believe she threw in a "that's what she said" joke in the middle of that.
Yeah, she did.
Like, really? Also, I have to have a lead on the zombies. So just in case you have never taken a pole dancing lesson, to climb a pole is a preparatory gymnast takeover. First, you can't have fabric.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think she's going into this right now.
Okay.
So it's like, because I don't get that either. You have to be... Yeah, you have to basically yourself. You have to prepare, and it's like a gymnast, I guess. So, first, you can't have fabric over your thighs. You have to wear little booty shorts or some form of underwear that leaves your, or at least my flabby, thighs free. Secondly, they cannot be sweaty. I have this special cream that dries my thighs out so I can climb on a whim. Then you climb. You climb with your legs, push up with your arms, and pull up with your legs. It's relatively easy after that, and you can sit on the pole for hours as long as you don't perspire. And I say hours, but I probably sat for about 2 minutes until I got bored and slid down.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is like she's actually done this, obviously, by climbing like the pole and class and whatnot. All right. So needless to say, I would have to be way ahead of the zombies, which would be unrealistic as I can't climb the stairs without getting out of breath. Then get to the pole site, remove my jeans, which could take more than 5 minutes if I am in my post-birth body. Then lather my thighs up with cream that will not allow me to slide. Then I would climb and sit. The daydream always goes differently from this point. What would I do at the top? How long could I stay? Did I pick a pole close to the roof of the next building? As you see, there are a lot of questions that still need to be answered. My post-baby self does not think about this at all. Or if I do, it does not end well. So hopefully this will not happen.
No, I hope not.
This is the end of her blog. There's so many questions left unanswered. I mean, and it's so hilarious.
Well, first of all, this would not work for me because during the zombie apocalypse, I'm pretty sure I would be sweating AF. Like from nervousness and from running.
For your life.
Right. So like I would, A, probably not make it up the pole, but B, I would like slide right on down.
Yeah. Also, like in Tennessee, I mean, you don't know where you're going to be when the zombie apocalypse hits, but I'm pretty sure like if you're in Tennessee and it's middle of summer, you're sliding down that thing regardless.
Oh, right. You're like just going to slide right on down.
If you truly want to prepare for the zombie apocalypse by climbing poles or anything, I feel like you need to practice with like Crisco on that pole.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Fully clothed.
Oh, Crisco. Right. So forget your booty shorts. Forget
stripping down while zombies chase you and you try to climb a pole.
Look, here's a new idea for all your pole dancing classes or what have you. Look, let's just make it into zombie preparatory classes and lather up those poles with Crisco, forget your booty shorts, and do them fully clothed. You don't have to strip down into your undies. You got to just go up that pole.
I mean, and if it's also a zombie apocalypse, you probably have a backpack that you got like a bunch of things because you're probably looting places and getting food and supplies.
Yeah, you're going to be off balance.
Throw on a backpack full of like heavy weights and then try to climb that pole.
Oh, wait. Is there a workout like this?
I know, it actually could be pretty good. I think Lindsay's onto something right there.
Lindsay, you're onto this.
Yeah. Zombie training, like survival camp. I feel like we'd all be in a lot better shape, and if the zombie apocalypse happens, we'd all survive.
Right. Like if you dropped me into like day one of The Walking Dead, I've only seen the first season or whatever, but like if you dropped me into like that first season, I'm sure I would die. Like if I didn't know what was going on or whatever. Also, can we like take actual zombie classes? Like let's talk about eye care during the zombie apocalypse. What would you do if you were wearing contacts? What would you do if like they all dried up? Or like what do you use instead of contact solution?
These are really interesting and relevant questions for zombie apocalypse, but it's bringing up a lot of like questions for me right now on like everything in life. Like, what would you do just in general? I'm pretty sure most of my skill sets for the music industry don't like equate at all to zombie apocalypse.
No, girl, nobody needs like market copywriting during the zombie apocalypse except like, run, you're going to die. Like, everybody knows that.
If we kept up with all of our like empty champagne bottles, we could at least like use those as like weapons.
Oh, could you make, what is it, like a Molotov cocktail bomb thing?
Yeah, totally do that. Plus, these suckers are usually pretty heavy. I mean, if you whack someone upside the head with that, I feel like it'd do some damage.
Right, and I'm sure you could use the glass as some kind of like medical first aid kit thing, maybe if you sanitize it correctly.
I feel like we've definitely created like a whole workout series and survival training camp.
Yeah, like, hello, like, these are, like, important issues. Lindsey, look what you have done. Like, now I'm really curious because, and I'll tell you what for. Since we're in the scary Halloween October spirit, Stephen King, horror writer, people may know him, The Shining, or, you know, Christine, or Carrie, or something like that. I'll tell you what the scariest Stephen King story for me is. That's The Stand. And no, there's zombies not really there, but it's like the plague that like wipes off half the human race. And there's other scary things. See, I'm like, that stuff could possibly maybe happen. You got to be prepared for that.
Yeah. What if it was like World War Z, where like the zombies were just like hella fast?
Right.
They're like crazy fast, that movie.
Right, they really are.
I'm pretty sure like I would just die in that movie.
Yeah.
I would not be part of the 1%. Like, I feel like I'd have a chance if it was like the slow crawling kind of zombies that are like in The Walking Dead even, but I don't know.
See,
I don't think I can do this fast zombie stuff.
In The Walking Dead, isn't it, you got to watch out more for like the people.
Yeah, you gotta watch out more for the people. I'm not super into that show. Obviously, Lindsey watches it a little bit. I definitely know my dad watches it a lot. He's a super prepper. He would probably be all over this episode and telling us about all the ways that we could try to survive the zombie apocalypse. But I don't think that there would be any pole dancing involved in it.
No, well, see, like in the Walking Dead type of thing, you need your prep skills, but you also probably, maybe your music industry networking connection skills would be helpful, because in that type of scenario, you probably need some people skills to, like, you know, get in your little people group and make friends.
That's true.
I'm just saying, it depends on what type of zombie there is.
I don't know. I don't ever want to meet like a DJ zombie. I'm just saying.
Well, no, but I mean, I just mean, like, you know, your like social skills might come in handy.
Yeah, that would definitely help. That could help. I feel like I could help like bring people together. We still need a little bit of happiness in the zombie apocalypse.
That's right.
Music brings happiness, guys.
That's right. That's right.
That's
See?
right.
Okay, so,
we all play a role in this somehow.
and then hopefully there will still be champagne no matter what.
That's a survival skill we all need to learn how to like get on, like right now. Like, how do you make champagne? Like, in the event of zombie apocalypse and us not being able to like raid all of the liquor stores for champagne, which I feel like, you know, those would be raided pretty quickly. So
depending on the type,
supply would end eventually.
Yeah, depending on the type of zombie, I might just decide to like go drink some champagne and go out that way.
That could be the way to go, actually. That could be, if you're gonna have to choose, you know, be eaten alive by zombies or die by champagne overdose. I think I'd choose champagne overdose.
Truth. So, yeah.
And that's our zombie talk for today.
That's our zombie talk for today. Yeah.
But since it is the season, Jess, how about that Jess's drink and thinking cap?
Okay, well, let me put in my back pocket trying to learn how to make homemade champagne on the fly for the zombie apocalypse. I'm going to tuck that in my back pocket. In the meantime, Jess's drink and thinking cap. Obviously, all the Halloween recipes.
Woo-woo.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, and here's what you'll find on our website and our blog real soon. I have a dark chocolate cookie. I call them my midnight cookies for Halloween.
Ooh.
But so we have a little bit of sophisticated there, but, you know, because we like to be a little childish as well, I throw in some white chocolate chips and some Reese's Pieces to add some festivity. So that is one of my Justice Drink and Thing cap for Halloween. And I'm also working on a champagne witch's brew.
Ooh, witch's brew. Please tell me champagne is in it.
Duh.
Also, is it green? I feel like witch's brew should always be like some sort of bright color.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm actually working on this because in case you didn't know, it is the Hocus Pocus 25th anniversary this year.
What?
I know.
Are you serious?
I am.
Oh my God. How is that 25 years old?
I know, don't you feel so old?
I do. I don't even know how to handle that. No, I don't want to be that old.
I know. And when the Champagne Way took our trip to Disney World, to Magic Kingdom, we actually got to see the Sanderson sisters sing and dance at the villain parade. It was a very exciting moment in my life.
Hashtag life made.
Yeah, true story. So yeah, it's the Hocus Pocus 25th anniversary. And so in the Sanderson sisters' honor, I'm making a Hocus Pocus, a witch's champagne brew.
Yes. So, that needs to be like on our episode now. I'm not even going to say next episode. Like, I want that right now.
So stay tuned for that.
Can you come over and just bring that to my house and we'll just, pass out candy to trick-or-treaters and drink that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, speaking of Halloween real quick and the trick-or-treaters.
Yes.
Producer Marshall over here. Mm-hmm. He asked the same question every year about Halloween.
What's that?
When are the trick-or-treaters scheduled to trick-or-treat? When does that happen?
That would be October 31st.
Halloween, right?
Yes.
He keeps saying that in his little small town they schedule trick-or-treating.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Every year I'm like, they trick-or-treat on Halloween. Halloween doesn't change. It is always on the 31st. But apparently, in other places, this is a thing. They schedule Halloween.
Do they do that weird thing where they schedule it the Saturday before?
I think so. I mean, I know that there's a lot of churches and stuff that'll do trunk-or-treating
right.
Elementary schools that'll do specialty things. But I don't think that that's the same as walking around your neighborhood and getting candy. That's Halloween.
That's Halloween.
Maybe, now granted, he grew up in a small town and some people lived out in the country. So maybe they did have to pick a date. But even then, why wouldn't you just drive into town, go to the busiest street or the people with the biggest houses because you assume they're the richest and you assume they have the best candy? I'm just saying this may have crossed my mind or two, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just saying, we may have picked the richest neighborhood and went there because they handed out the big size candy bars, not the fun size candy bars.
I mean, duh. But what if you had plans on scheduled Halloween? What if you're no, that's not Halloween. I'm not going to be there to give out candy. Then what if you're not there to give out candy and the kids are WTF you, I'm TPing your house.
I mean, as long as you don't put the porch light on, I feel like it's okay. If you put the porch light on and then you don't answer your door, I surely want to throw an egg at your house.
Well,
I'm saying.
Look, that's the rules here in the city. But in small towns where they schedule Halloween trick-or-treating, I don't know.
I don't know either. Just make sure your porch light's off, which is probably harder now that technology has caught up to where some people's front porch lights just turn on automatically at night. I haven't thought about that until now, but that probably could really mess with some people.
I bet it could.
Their houses probably get either egged or attacked or something just because whoops, you're not home, but your porch light's still on.
Have you ever been egged or anything like that on Halloween?
No.
I have.
No. Really?
Yeah, I literally, I was out in middle school walking, we weren't trick-or-treating or anything.
Oh, you mean they egged you?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about egging a house.
No,
you got egged.
I got egged. Literally.
What kind of mean person throws an egg at somebody on Halloween?
Some 19-year-old.
Oh my God. How old were you?
I was 12 or 13.
Wow. Mm-hmm. There's some mean people out there.
That sucker hurt, too.
Oh, I'm sure. I've seen actually producer Marshall here get hit in the head with an egg once, but it was not a raw egg. It was a hard-boiled egg.
My.
And it was on Easter. We used to get together with friends, and we would do these, like, confetti-filled eggs that you could actually break over someone's head, and confetti would come out of them. But they threw an egg at his head, and it was not filled with confetti. It was filled with an egg, hard-boiled egg. And he had this, like, goose egg on the top of his forehead.
He had a goose egg from an egg?
Oh, it was fantastic. From a chicken egg, too.
Oh,
yeah. It was good. It was hilarious.
Oh, well, everyone don't throw eggs at people or at houses.
Yeah, it's not nice.
No.
I have TP'd someone's house, though. That was fun. I won't say whose, but it was fun. It was a long, long time ago. Also, I would never want to clean that up.
No.
I feel bad for anyone who ever has their house TP'd. That's a horrible thing to do to somebody.
Yeah, don't do it.
Not at all.
Yeah. Stay home and pass out candy and drink champagne.
That's right. So, speaking of that, it's time for Drink About It. So, what are you drinking about this week, Jess?
Well, I'm drinking a couple of things. First of all, it's been a real long week of work. It's our busy time at work, so I've been working like late hours unless I have stuff after work. And so I'm just excited for today that this episode is dropping to leave work on time and go home and order Thai food and sit on the couch and watch scary movies with Will, my fiance, and play a board game and have a chillax night.
That sounds amazing. Also, Thai food right now just sounds really, really, really good.
Right, though? I'm pumped.
Like, so good.
I can't wait.
I wish that could be my Friday night. That will not be my Friday night this week. Want to know why?
Why?
I am drinking this week about my sister getting married this weekend.
Woo!
Woo-woo. We've talked about her nuptials a few times on this podcast. And yeah, it's finally happening. She is getting married on Saturday. So the day after this goes out.
Which sister?
This is Nina.
Nina.
The middle sister. So I've got family in town, which I'm excited about. It's always nice to see them. And of course, I'm drinking about the best of Nashville and us getting second place. This is obviously, this is like our episode of 2's. We got episode 22. There's only 2 hosts this week. And we got number 2 on best podcast in Nashville. I feel like it's like, we need to double the drinks to
seriously
make up for all of this. I'm just saying. Well, and since I've got some family in town, they have actually decided to sit in and listen to us as we do this podcast. So they're getting to experience it firsthand since they listen to us all the time.
Yay.
So in here in the studio with us, we've got Layla.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. You heard about her on our talks about Epcot and Disney. And we also have Phyllis, who unfortunately had to miss us when we were down in Florida. So she's making up for that now, being here live for this episode.
Yay.
So we're going to let them do a little drink about it themselves. So I'm going to pass over the mic, and we're going to start with Phyllis.
I'm drinking about being here in Nashville for my stepdaughter Nina's wedding, and I'm drinking about surviving 3 hours with her dad, looking at properties in Winchester and driving through Nashville traffic.
Woo!
Oh, Nashville traffic is definitely something to drink about. Not while in traffic, we frown upon that, but definitely it's something to drink about.
For sure.
And also, Marshall experienced driving around with my dad the other day, and it was hilarious. So he's drinking right there with you for this week because he had to sit in, I think it's the same thing, like 3 or 4 hours of driving around the countryside. And apparently, to quote him, this is where I learned how to yell at other cars. It's something that runs in the family, I guess, because apparently we all yell at cars as soon as it's like, where did that one come from? What the hell's that guy doing? Yeah, just saying. It's something we do. It's a Lloyd thing, I guess. Anyways, Layla, what are you drinking about this week? Ventworthy, celebratory? What you got going on?
first off, congrats to my sister. But I'm drinking to my husband getting a promotion.
Woo!
Hey!
Yes, so we're very excited. And I'm getting Christmas lights on the outside of my house this year. It also cost me $300, but I'm getting Christmas lights.
All right. First of all, you never mentioned anything about him having a promotion. So are you saving that for this moment?
Yes.
So what is this promotion?
He is now in management at the awesome Give Kids the World, which is where children who have a life-threatening illness make wishes to go to Disney or Universal. They get to go there and have a full week, all expenses paid vacation where they get to go to all the parks and get really great experiences.
Dude, that's awesome. I don't even think I knew that's what they all did or that he did. So that's kind of cool. A little bit more than kind of. It's just awesome. And also, tell us a little bit more about why it's costing $300 to do the lights on the outside of your house. Because your husband doesn't do just like little regular twinkle lights and icicle lights. It's like a full-blown show.
Yes, so I said I wanted a string of lights on our roof. And that turned into pixelated lights because he used to be a lighting designer, that he can program each one to do special things. So it came to $300. But yes, this year it's just going to be a string of lights that he can do different things with. Next year it's probably going to be a full-blown show.
Is it going to be synchronized to like music?
We're working to it.
Ooh.
That needs to happen before I come back and visit for Christmas. I'm just saying.
I mean, we do have Epcot in our living room.
You do. You definitely do.
I'm sorry. Can you explain a little bit more? What do you mean you have Epcot in your living room?
Her husband being like a lighting director, it really is. Like there's a light show in their living room 24/7, like all days, just at all times. If you go visit and stay at her house, it's a full-blown light show.
You can't flip on a switch to turn on the lights in our house. So we have the hue lights, we have programmable lights. But when we say we have Epcot in our living room, we actually have, he redid the illumination show to the music for Illuminations with the lights in our living room. So we have, it emulates fireworks and the music and everything. It's really cool. So it's kind of the highlight of every party that we have at our house.
He does like projection mapping. You haven't seen that or anything. It's like they can actually like bend the lighter, the pictures to things. You just have to Google it. Everyone go Google projection mapping, and it's amazing.
And the next time you're down in Florida, we will have you over and you can see it. We have Living Art, which is the projection mapping.
This sounds magical.
It is pretty magical. It's definitely magical. So on our next trip to Florida, we're going to take a tour over to Layla and Derek's house.
Yes.
It didn't make it on the stop this year, but next time. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, since there's no Lindsey, there's no champagne trivia this week.
It's on hiatus.
It's on hiatus, mostly because I'm pretty sure we don't remember what the question was.
No clue.
We definitely don't know what the answer was.
Nope.
And we definitely don't have another question for you.
Nada.
So,
what do we have?
well, it is time for what we may or may not talk about on the next episode. So, first up, when do trick-or-treaters really go trick-or-treating? Obviously, I think Halloween.
I mean, duh.
That may or may not come up for discussion, just saying. Mm-hmm. Also, will Jess come up with a really good witch's brew, and will she bring it to me on Halloween?
Better believe it.
And did Lindsey survive her cold-induced zombie apocalyptic dreams where she is chased up a very slick pole in her underwear? We don't know, but we will find out on the next episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe.
We'd like to thank the Second Sound Production, our awesome producer Marshall, and our lovely live audience for being here.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Champagne Way. And to hear all past episodes, go to thechampagneway.com. Also to read Lindsey's blog, which we will post on there. It is Lindsey versus the Zombie Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. Please like, subscribe, and share to our podcast. We love you guys for listening. Thanks for everything.
Yay. We'd like to thank the Second Sound for... Guys, I'm stuck at the thank yous. I'm sorry.